you gotta be, you gotta be fucking vaguely into Pokemon at some point in your life. And for that reason, everybody has a generation that they'll defend to the death. But for me, you know, the first Pokemon I played was Pokemon Blue, and the second Pokemon I played was Pokemon Crystal, and I have not played it since. And I actually don't remember that much about the Pokemon from Pokemon Crystal. But when I was in 4th grade, I used to do this game. Oh, come on, weird. Come on, Full Force. That sucks. I'm not goofy looking. But I used to do this game when I was a kid. Where you would basically get people together who are into Pokemon. And you can't really play it now. I mean, if you play it with your friends, you need to... You know... You need to have a ref, and you have to have nobody has access to their phone. But the game was basically this. It was with the original 151. And you would just take turns naming Pokemon. And the goal was to either name all of them, or, you know, stump your brother or whatever so that they couldn't remember any other Pokemon. Should have compared Pikachu in Red Blue to XY and lost tons of weight. That sucks, man. You get famous and there's just all these body image issues. Okay, Full Force. I don't actually remember. I presume I said that one of the Pokemon was goofy looking, and you're like, you're goofy looking, and that's fine. Yeah, one of the like last episodes I ever saw of Pokemon was an example of how fucking powerful Pikachu had gotten. He just fucking wrecked this Gyarados with one hit.
Are you guys talking again about how fuckable Kyle is?
They're talking about Pokemon Go.
That's not what I'm seeing.
Yeah, Dickless Nipples just says, I'd fuck you. Thanks, sweetie. Jesus Christ. So, here's what happened while you were in there working on that thing. I got almost to where the fuck I actually was supposed to be, and went into my map, and my map was all like jumbled up. And I was like, what the fuck's happening here? This is weird. And then the whole computer blue screened.
Oh my god.
So far the stream has gone 0% distance towards this build being completed tonight. But this time I think I'll go to Nordhagen Beach first, because on the way to Greentop and fucking with those sting wings was probably far too much effort.
Oh, you guys are too fun.
Oh, what's up, Phil? How you doing?
Hey, Phil.
Yeah, it's 30 minutes in, but that's not all, right? Because I'm also starting late. So, as far as where I ought to be, I should be 45 minutes in, but instead, I'm like 5 minutes in. This build is cursed. You know, I wonder... No.
Thanks, Phil.
I was going to say, I wonder how much of this I could actually do without even using, like, Pain Train or any of that shit. Because I guess it wouldn't really work. You know, because you're going to have to... Oh, Jesus, look at all those dogs. They're super... I don't know if you can see them, but they're right on the distance. And they're all looking one direction. Like they're waiting for me to, like, surprise them somehow. Or they, like, you know, heard a cat meow and they're all looking for it.
Your children may or may not create are going to be blind as fuck.
My children?
Our children.
Oh, because we're both wearing glasses? Yeah, I mean, you know. Here's what our children are going to look like. They're basically just going to be elves. Because neither one of us look like we're 30. And if we have kids, they're going to just basically look like children forever. They'll be actual doctors that went to college, and they'll still look like Doogie Howser, MD.
Well, we already have a perma kitten. for a cat, so that's one.
Yeah.
That's a step in that direction.
Orange Archer, thank you for the follow. Welcome. What's up? Drop a core on them. Core. Yeah, I could drop a core on them. I think there's only... Let's see. Who do I actually have to kill? I think, honestly, I think Kellogg is the only person that I have to kill. You know what I mean? I think Kellogg is it. All of the living creatures are red because of a modification to the power armor helmet. Because if you're going to do a build where you have to avoid fighting, but you're not going to be sneaking, which is what Egg is, and you're playing on survival, so enemies don't even show up on the compass, the best thing to do is to be able to say, shit. But for some reason, the Mirelurk Hunter doesn't show up as red. Don't know why. Yep. I said what I said, Sensiger. I said everybody go on to govwatch.us or govtrack.us and just look to see what your senator's voting record is. If you don't agree with it, vote them out. It's as simple as that. If they're into fracking, if they voted for the Trans-Pacific Partnership, if they voted for the war in Iraq, you know, whatever. Just think of some shit that you know that the government has done in the last, 4 years that you don't agree with, and look to see if your representatives voted for it. And if they did, vote them out. You know? We live in the future, all right? We shouldn't have to have even a discussion about some of this shit, and yet we do, to the point where it's all we ever fucking talk about, which is a bummer because, the whole point of this entire experience that we're engaging in right now is to relax and not think about the terrible shit that's going on in the world all the time. Nope. It's alright. Blood bugs aren't that big of a deal. The poison kind of pisses me off, but...
Just trying to get comfy on one of us.
The Kool-Aid man doesn't piss, he just sweats a lot.
Thank you, Bree. I don't think I've noticed you before.
Yeah, he was not here right away, but he got here like within the first 5 minutes. Have I played The Witcher 3, and what's my opinion of it? I played it a bit. It seemed extremely overwhelming for me. But Elena has played it way more than I have. Yeah, I think you have way more of an experience with it than I do.
Yeah, I definitely like Witcher 3. I thought, well, honestly, playing Ciri is much more entertaining for me than playing as Geralt. Because like her combat style is more adaptable in my opinion. I like playing as her, but yeah, it's a good story. I've played all Witchers, 1, 2, first and the second one. Yeah, I started playing the first one back in the day on the PC just because it's a Polish author that wrote it and it was really famous in that part of the world, so kind of got into the game.
Yeah. Doverfitz, are you asking me how I'm going to kill Kellogg? Because he's already dead in this build. Yeah, I was like most of the way to being done with this build until I fucked up. And fucked up, which is standard. Geralt is floaty as fuck. I don't like the controls. Yeah, here's what I got out of the game. Number 1, you have to memorize a million recipes. Which, fine. We're playing Fallout, and this game is so junk-based that it's kind of mind-blowing. Nope.
Complexity?
That's okay. Okay. Yeah. So I was looking at it like, I don't really know if I'm going to make this work, like if I'm going to ever get really super into this. Because I only have so much brain, and most of it is filled with Fallout or Skyrim-based information. But what I figured like almost immediately from playing it was what you basically need to do is quick attack over and over and over again, and then back up and use a spell or something.
Yeah, it's kind of like combat in Witcher is a. Yeah, I mean, I was kind of used to it just because I've played the first two, but it's kind of a shit show. I actually found that Witcher 3 combat was a lot more user-friendly than Witcher 2 combat, which Witcher 2 is pretty. It's very intricate. It takes a lot of time to learn.
Yeah, Nicholas, I've never gotten it either, and I have 700 hours into this game. But that's mostly because I never ever play a character who has like anything more than like 5 luck. I can't imagine what luck has, you know, what luck is in control of. It's in control of something. It says it's a measure of your general good fortune, which could mean anything. But, I mean, presumably it's something a little bit more complex than...
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you're such a...
Something a little bit more complex than just, like, whether or not you get caps when you kill a guy or something like that.
Nazzy, you're so full of love. You just want it. You just want it all the time.
Yeah, most of my builds end up being one luck. I guess I'll just go around the outside of this one. Or maybe not. This is kind of a weird settlement over here. This is the one that has the kid that we always orphan, like, immediately. We orphan the shit out of this kid. Domino? Is she using a sword, or what's going on there? Oh, shit. I fucked that up. Oh my god, this is a very deep sea. So much so that it has a little arch you can walk under. That's cute. Yeah, the only luck-based build we ever did was Maria, and it didn't go all the way to the end because we had something that came up that we needed to do. I think it was probably Automatron came out and we just scrapped Maria to do something else. Why is there a Brotherhood of Steel soldier on top of your house? What is the meaning of this shit?
Excuse me.
Wake up, dummy. Why can I take your fertilizer but not your bottles?
You're with the Minutemen, right?
The Minutemen are always...
Oh, so here's one thing that I know luck does do. It determines...
I'm on it.
I'll be glad to have him go.
Jesus, that's a big place. It determines how quickly your critical meter fills up.
Good.
Mostly ballistic, but he had just gotten a sledgehammer. Does Domino use ballistic? I mean, no, not yes, a sledgehammer. I think when I picture Domino, I just picture sexy Cable, and I think that that's accurate because I think Domino bangs Cable. I think that's like a thing that what's his name fucking interjected hardcore into the X-Men series was the Cable and Bishop and the whole Days of Future Past storyline, which is sort of the result of the weird 90s like pouches on fucking everything art style. SGDQ is currently speedrunning Fallout 3. You know, okay, look. Huge huge respect to people who are on SGDQ. Those people fucking work so hard to do something that, you know, by itself, a lot of people would just be like, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, if you found out that there was a guy who beat, I don't know, Racer Rabbit or whatever, or Maven's typing teaching, or any of that shit in a certain time limit, you'd just be like, well, that's cool, or whatever. But when you can sit down and watch them, these, like, you know, gaming savants just wreck one game after another, that's badass. I love AGDQ and SGDQ. I really do. However, I am of the opinion, and, you know, you don't have to be of this opinion. I mean, please don't be of this opinion if you don't want to be. But I am of the opinion that there are certain games that are made for speedrunning. Castlevania, Super Metroid, you know, puzzle games, just stuff that, basically older stuff, really. Or, you know, stuff that it's really kind of all about going fast, like Mirror's Edge or whatever. But the problem is that, the further you get into the like, new generation of games, the further away you're going to get from just beating a game because you're good at it, and the closer you're going to get to beating a game because you're exploiting as many glitches as possible. Mavis Beacon, not Maven. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I honestly could not remember. You know, Fallout and Skyrim speedruns are going to be that exactly. They're going to be a speedrun wherein the first thing you do is make a break for the Citadel, and then you use your clothes to climb over the wall, and you skip half the game. Jesus Christ, I'm gonna drown here. Can't even see what the fuck I'm doing. What the fuck? Oh, I see. And so that's one of the reasons why I really don't like the Fallout Skyrim speedruns. It's not really because I think that they're you know, that they're bad at the game or something like that. I kind of feel like speedrunning a game like Silent Hill is missing the point of Silent Hill. Speedrunning a game like Super Mario World, that's not missing the point of anything. That's just being super good at Super Mario World. You know what I mean? I probably had to eat something as well. Yeah, but I mean, even a game that's like really, really, really well tested to make sure that it doesn't get like super exploited. It's still all about like clipping through walls or clipping through a ceiling or whatever, and that kind of, I don't know, man. It just doesn't appeal to me. What's up?
Apology cake is ready.
Okay, should we both go up
Does it
there?
look horrible?
No, it looks good.
Looks good, right?
Yeah.
I think so. What do you guys think?
Let's go full screen here so we can see your apology cake.
My apology cake. Let's for shrink wrap. It's got pineapples in it.
Yeah, it looks good. I'm sure those dudes aren't expecting anything at all, except for that fucking white man thinks that just because we're Haitian, that we partied fucking until 3 in the morning on a Thursday. But it was a safe assumption. It was just the wrong assumption. When it's a subwoofer and you live below somebody and above somebody, the first thought is it's got to be the people who are above me, because you set a subwoofer on the ground, and even if it's barely working, it will go right through the fucking ceiling. Hey, what are you guys doing over here?
That is.
I feel last night we
one
couldn't
big
sleep till
suit of
3
armor you
a.m.
got
and then
there. Just don't kill me, okay?
Kyle took a bullet for me and went to confront our neighbors at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Hey,
Yeah, basically what happened was somebody was blasting their music super duper loud. Oh, I'm glad I made that. And it was like Thursday, or it was Wednesday, I guess, and they just weren't ever powering down the party. I was like, fuck, dude, you gotta be kidding me. You know, like, obviously we have had a party experience in our lives many times, and to the point where we would normally be cool with it, even if it was like kind of shitty with the way that they
Right.
handled it. But in this particular case, it was very painful.
I don't wear my glasses very often, but I do, yeah. I do have glasses. I don't need them much.
You know, I don't think we actually need to fight any of these dudes, but I mean, all this aluminum is probably worth picking up. Especially if we're gonna break the shit out of our power armor in here, which we probably are. Hey, come on, man, I'm trying to pick up these trays here. Well, let's focus it mainly on this guy. Okay. Everybody get in here. It's party time.
No, thanks, guys.
Well, we wrecked the living shit out of these guys, and this guy is legless. Oops. I just want to put my fists down. I don't know why they come up sometimes, but...
Okay, maybe you wanna come with me?
To turn that thing in? Yeah. I was trying to lower my fists here, but for some reason it wasn't working out. Okay, now let's check out what's on all these dudes. Lower your fists. Why aren't you doing it? Oh, wait. No. Okay. I don't know what the fuck is happening right now. Oh, ready reload needs to be M. That's why it wasn't working. I was like, why the fuck aren't you lowering your fists? I'm so confused. But now we got it. Okay. How dumb would a build where you had to get every perk in order, if left to right, top to bottom, be? Super dumb. Wait, let me see here. Left to right, top to bottom. So the first one you would get is 1 point into Iron Fist, and then 1 point into Big Leagues, and then 1 point into Armor. So here's the first thing that you would have to do. The first thing you would have to do is get 10 of all of the stats, or you would have to do 10 Strength and then 1 point into each of those. So that's a pretty rough start. And then you would have to get 10 Perception and then 1 point into each of these. But I don't know, man. You know, you may not do very well as far as combat shit goes, but that's a lot of, like, utility type perks. I don't know, man. I couldn't say. But if you want to try it, then yeah. If you're trying for a Kotaku article, though, might I make a suggestion? Do something that people who have never played Fallout 4 can still be impressed by. You know what I mean? Because if you say, you know, you beat the whole game using nothing but fusion core grenades, people who watch, you know, streams regardless of the game and have no idea what games are about are going to be like, all right, well, I guess that's a cool thing to do, but yeah, I don't want to fuck with that guy. I just want to go. We killed the dude. I think there's actually a magazine in here somewhere. Is that right? Yeah, there's the Tales of a Junktown Jerky vendor in here. Oops. And I can't add. I was very impressed with you. I wish you had. I wish you had put out, you know, something about that during the time when Skyrim was like the most intense. But what I recommend you do, because you obviously have the ability to do that, and believe me when I say that being forced to throw the last punch on Alduin does not invalidate that build. Okay? Because that's literally as far as the game will let you go. Unless you figure out some way to do some kind of latent side damage without using skills or kills or anything, I can't really see it going down any other way. My recommendation to you is to wait until the Skyrim remastered things come out and then redo it, but like with as high a production quality as possible. Let's see here. Where do we need to go? Yeah, I need to go to the one that's furthest east. Okay, I guess I hit something. I don't know what though. If you're looking for a TikTok girl, if you're looking for a break from the RNG build, but you don't necessarily want to do some challenge that you think is going to score you massive internet points, do what I do. Do some pick something, you know, pop culture-y, and you know, make some characters, role play a little bit. That's what these games are supposed to be all about. Tony Stark build, high intelligence and charisma, low strength. Staple gun only, playthrough Fallout 4. The game doesn't allow me to do it, so I can use any gun, so it's not invalid. I don't get it. Is that an argument against oh, I don't know, I don't understand what you're trying to get at there, Hebrew. Oh, did I caffeinate? Okay, that's why I'm like, I was like, why the hell don't I have sleepiness now? But I guess that's why. But normally I don't need to worry about radiation, but this time I think I will.